Janine here from Ring Hello. I'm responding to a challenge on LinkedIn where I was asked how I managed to remain so damn enthusiastic and positive after all these years of cold calling, so 17 years now. Well, I think this is part of it. I'll see if I can show you this. It's going to just spin you around. That helps, having that as my view, if I'm perfectly honest. But in all seriousness as well, the art of keeping motivated when you're doing telemarketing and cold calling is around sort of three main factors. The first thing, know what you're talking about. So for all the clients we work with, we have a really thorough preparation process that is necessary, where we go through, we find out exactly everything we need to know about your campaign, about your company, all the questions we think will be asked, all the objections, who we need to talk to within your organisation, what your sales cycle is, what your pre-sales cycle is, all the information you want us to gather, everything's covered. So we're really thorough and we're pedantically thorough, but it's also that we get a good start. So first off, know what you're talking about. That helps you say confident. The second thing is really basic. It's talk to people like they're human beings. And it is that simple. It's remembering every call is different. Even though you've got a particular thing you want to achieve, have a quick look at somebody's website or LinkedIn profile before you call, see if you can get a feel for how they are. You know, if they're using humour, they might be a bit more light-hearted. Little things like that make a huge difference, or just being able to adapt straight away to the way that they talk. That kind of keeps it fresh as well. That whole remembering everybody's a different person and judging each call as you're making it on your merits. I think when you've done this job as long as I have, you get to grips with all this stuff and it comes second nature. So it's just about how to talk to people at the right level. And I think perhaps the third thing is don't take it personally, and that's actually pretty easy to do when we're working for other people. When it's your own business and you're doing telemarketing for yourself, it's disheartening, it's soul destroying, it's awful. It's horrible to do your own cold calling. I don't actually do my own cold calling. We don't do cold calling to get business for us, which is ironic given that we're telemarketers. I have actually been approached by people that I've put calls into. That's happened on a couple of campaigns where I've been calling 4 clients and the people I've phoned have said, "Do you want a job?" So, yeah, that's been great too, but that's really kind of all there is to it. And as I sit back here and I watch the sunset over the mountain, that does help too. I've got a good team as well, and the good thing about having the team that I've got with the same ethos is we can phone each other up and have a bit of a bitch if it's not going as great as we would like, but also more of a constructive sit down and work out what we can do to change it, and helping each other out with the approach. We also, when we take a campaign on, try to have more than one telemarketer on it so that we've got a difference of approach and ideas, and it really helps to just share those, because sometimes what works for one person can really help another person out, other times it's totally different. And I think maybe in part I've shown you the mountain. I mean, it's pretty remote where I am, so talking to people on the phone is kind of the social interaction that I get in a day, apart from the childminder, or no, not even really neighbours. So I think that's just it. If you enjoy talking to people, that's part of it. I don't see it as a rejection. I think that's the biggest thing that people expect, is that there's this thing of rejection where you feel bad every time somebody says no. But if you're having the right conversation with people, then you won't get affected by them saying no. Telemarketing is not about bullying your way in and forcing something onto people that they don't want. It's about finding out actually if they're ever going to be interested and what makes them interested, where the gaps are, having a conversation with them about it, rather than we offer this, you need this, and trying to force it on them. We've never been great ones for that. And, you know, I speak to lots of sales managers that we work for who say, if somebody's really not having any, just move on to the next. And I love that, because I used to work places where people would say, just whatever you do, you can't take no for an answer. And to be fair, that's not real. That's not real life. So I think actually not putting too much pressure on yourself is how I managed to maintain my chipper, cheery nature. So I hope that's helped some of you. One of you in particular is going to be tagged in this. You know who you are. Look, if any of you do want to get in touch with me about doing either training, because I do training for telemarketing, or cold calling itself, get in touch 0800 009 6250, or ping me a message if you're watching this on LinkedIn, or Janine, Janine, I don't know why I said my name so weird, Janine at ringhello.co.uk. Thanks then.